Hey, what's up you guys? So in this video I'm going to share with you guys all the details that I have about my hyperhidrosis, which is a condition that causes excessive sweating. So if you want to watch this and learn more about it and my experience with it, then keep watching. Die random, die random. So I was diagnosed with hyperhidrosis a few years ago. I want to say it was like in 2011 or 2012. Up until that point, I never knew that there was a name for me sweating so much. Like, I always just thought it was just something that I was cursed with or something. I don't know. But anyways, I'm just jump right into it because I recorded this video already and it was way too long, so I had to re-record it, and I don't have to deal with that. I don't have to do that again. So yeah. So I was diagnosed with it, and I was like, wow, there's a name for it. I didn't know that. Hyperhidrosis. With me, I had excessive sweating in my armpits, my hands, and my feet. If you don't take care of yourself properly, it could lead to athlete's feet, or foot fungus and all kind of stuff like that. I've had it for a while, so you know, I knew how to like manage myself and what to do and what not to do. At some point, it actually affected my work, whereas it was winter time and my feet would be sweating and my hands would be sweating, and gloves and socks and boots just did not help the fact. So I had to like see a doctor to see how I could, you know, prevent this from happening in the future, or if it was even possible, because at that point I didn't know that it was possible to even stop the sweating, but I wanted to see and check up on it and see if it was possible. And initially they put me on this medication called Drysol, which was a liquid formula that you just, you know, rub in the areas that was sweating. Unfortunately for me, my sweating was like a mental thing or like a psychological thing, I don't know. Whereas if I thought about it, if I was sitting down somewhere, or if I was just doing anything and I'm like, wow, I'm surprised my feet is not sweating, immediately they would sweat. I'm surprised my hands aren't sweating, they would sweat immediately. And it was like, goodness, like I can't not think about it, because it's like rare that I'm not sweating. So it's like my hands aren't sweating, so it's like whenever I have a time when I'm not sweating, I always think about it and I'm like, damn it, now I'm sweating. So it was annoying. The Drysol, which the liquid formula, it was not working, because pretty much what you would do is put the formula on your hands, rub it in, and then hope for the best. And I was instructed to put it on right before bed so that I'll sleep with it on. The problem with that is that whenever I would put stuff like that on my hands would be sweating. And you know, whenever I focus on my hands, they would automatically sweat. So me putting that on my hands and rubbing it in, in my mind, I'm thinking, okay, I'm about to put this on my hands and I'm gonna rub it in with my sweat, you know? So my hands will sweat. And that's why back then I didn't use lotion. Like, I rarely use lotion. And then when I did start using lotion, it was just for my face, because I was told that I look better with lotion, with moisturized face. Who would have knew? Like, who would have knew that moisturizer would have make you look better? So that didn't work, pretty much. And I actually have a formula. This isn't the Drysol, but this is something else. Hypercare. But pretty much what you would do is squirt it in your hands. It's pretty liquid. And then rub it in. And back then, it smelled like medication. And I've never noticed that it has like an oily formula to it, and it's kind of sticky. So that's probably why my hands started to sweat, because it's like oil. I didn't know that. I thought it was just water-based, but it's like oily. I can see how this would actually work. So if you are somebody that sweats a lot, like, see a doctor and like see if that, because if you don't have like the psychological thing that I have, then maybe it'll work for you. But this didn't work for me, so I had to like, wow, this really does work. My hands are dry as hell now. But anyways, so I had to experiment with Botox. So my doctor, first of all, I had to see a dermatologist for my sweating and all that stuff like that. And then I was referred to a doctor that did Botox, a plastic surgeon. And I was getting Botox treatments. I was supposed to get them every 3 months. So 4 times a year, every quarter, I would get Botox shots. Unfortunately, my job prevented me to get them on time and on schedule, so I had to reschedule sometimes and stuff like that. The last time I got the Botox treatment, so I only got it like maybe 3 times. 3 or 4 times, maybe 4. Probably was only 3 times. The last time I got it, it didn't work. So my doctor immediately was like, okay, so since this didn't work, he gave me my other options. You can get surgery, and surgery will correct it. He told me there were side effects. The side effect could be that your sweat could be directed somewhere else. Most of the time it's directed at your torso area. That's a risk that you would have to, you know, take a chance on. And at the time I was like, okay, I'm about to get out of the military in like a year, so I may as well just get this you know, get this thing scheduled so I can get it done, so I can, you know, have it covered by healthcare, you know, so I don't have to pay for it when I get out. So get out of the military if I decided to get out of the military, which as you guys can see I did. But anyway, so the Botox treatments, basically what they would do is just poke needles with Botox in your hand. So after my Botox treatments, I would have like a prickly looking hand, like you would see dots all over it, but it worked. It worked. It definitely worked. I did not sweat and nothing like that. They would do the same thing for my feet, my toes, and my armpits. It hurt a little bit for my armpits, not hurt, but like afterwards you could feel like where it was at. So like doing stuff like this, you could feel the pain, but it was nothing that was not unbearable. Like you can definitely continue on with your day as if nothing happened. Walking on your feet was a little weird because you could feel like the little pricklies on your feet, but like it didn't leave any whelps, no bumps or anything like that. I didn't get scarred from it, nothing like that, no side effects from that. Anyways, fast forward to me getting my surgery. So I got surgery last September, so it hasn't even been a year yet. My doctor told me that to do the surgery, they would have to put 3 incisions on both sides of my my torso, and I was like, is that gonna leave scars? And he was like, they're gonna be little tiny incisions, so they will leave scars. Well, he was like, he asked me if I scar easily, and I told him yes, and I was like, he was like, okay, we can probably do it on the side. Now let me tell you the difficulty of them doing it on the sides. The reason why they would want to do it in the front is because they have to actually put a camera inside my body and some type of cutting tool or snipping tool to cut nerves. So they have to see the nerve and actually cut it. So I'll show you guys my scars. I hope to one day get them removed. You actually can see all 3 of those right there. And on this side, they're a little bigger. I don't know why, but they are. So yeah, those are my scars. After my surgery, this is what happened. So my head no longer sweated at all. My head doesn't sweat unless I'm eating something spicy, I'll perspire. But when I'm working out, nothing sweats. If I'm nervous, my head doesn't sweat, nothing. My armpit actually sweat more. My torso now sweats like how my hands and feet used to sweat and armpits used to sweat. So not so much if I think about it though, because if I'm thinking about it right now, I'm not sweating. But if I get uncomfortable, I'll start to sweat. So if I start to get hot, or if I start to get cold, I guess maybe. No, not if I get cold. If I'm cold, I will actually cool my body down and I'll calm down and my torso won't sweat. My feet still sweats a little bit. I can go without socks more than I used to could have, but now they still sweat. Like right now they're a little damp because I'm thinking about it right now. But typically when I think about it, even when I think about it, I don't sweat. So that's a good thing, but I still sweat. Like I still have to wear socks sometimes when I'm sleeping, which I hate doing. But yeah, that's pretty much it. If you guys have any questions about this, make sure you leave them in a comment below and I'll make sure I answer it. Yeah, if you have hyperhidrosis and you want to share your story or tell me where you sweat at or stuff like that, leave a comment below and let me know. I would love to talk to somebody else that experiences this. It's very rare that I come across somebody else that have hyperhidrosis, but I do come across people that do have it. Yeah, hyperhidrosis, I'll just tell you this real quick. This has really like hindered my confidence in the past. Like I didn't want to be in relationships because I would fear holding someone's hands and being intimate with somebody because of it. Because it never fails. If I'm touching somebody else, like I hated having to hold my hand in prayer. I hated having to shake people's hands. Oh my gosh, meeting new people was the worst. Because it's like you're already nervous because you're meeting somebody new and then you have your hands, you know it's gonna sweat. So you guys, share your stories below. I would love to chat. I'll talk to you guys later in my next video. If you're not a subscriber, make sure you subscribe. And yeah, bye.
Came out